Look up at the night sky. On a clear night, away from city lights, you can see thousands of stars. Each one is a sun, a powerful furnace of light and heat. Many of these suns are like our own. Many others are far larger and brighter. Some of them are orbited by planets, worlds we have only just begun to discover. The universe is unimaginably vast. It contains perhaps 2 trillion galaxies. Each of those galaxies, like our own Milky Way, holds hundreds of billions of stars. Our Earth is a single small planet, in one unremarkable corner of one galaxy among trillions. This simple scientific fact can feel overwhelming, a heavy weight on the mind. This cosmic perspective can make us feel profoundly small. In 1990, the Voyager 1 spacecraft turned its camera back toward home. From a distance of 6 billion kilometers, it took a picture. In that photograph, Earth is not a grand, swirling globe of blue and white. It is just a single pixel, a tiny point of light suspended in a sunbeam against the vast, dark backdrop of space.
There are now 4 spacecraft which are beyond the orbit of Neptune and Pluto, 4 vehicles of our species plummeting into the interstellar dark. Now, of all those worlds, we have no indication of life. For me, that underscores the rarity and preciousness of the Earth and the life upon it. And you can see it looks like more than a dot, but it is in fact less than a pixel. This is where we live, on a blue dot. I think this perspective underscores our responsibility to preserve and cherish that blue dot, the only home we have.
Carl Sagan called it the pale blue dot. When we truly grasp this image, the idea can be unsettling. Some people experience a kind of fear, a feeling sometimes called cosmic insignificance. It can make our daily dramas, our worries and our ambitions seem trivial. Does my life matter? To fully appreciate our place, we need to understand the numbers. The numbers of space and time are staggering. The universe began about 13.8 billion years ago in the Big Bang. That is a stretch of time so long that our human brains can barely comprehend it. Light is the fastest thing we know. It travels at nearly 300,000 kilometers per second. Even at that incredible speed, it takes light over 4 years to reach us from the nearest star system, Proxima Centauri. The light from the Andromeda Galaxy, our closest major galactic neighbor, has been traveling for 2.5 million years to reach our eyes. Our own galaxy, the Milky Way, is about 100,000 light years across. It contains somewhere between 100 and 400 billion stars, and the Milky Way is just one galaxy among an estimated 2 trillion in the observable universe. The Hubble Space Telescope can reveal thousands of entire galaxies. Our planet is a microscopic dust mote in a cosmic ocean. Against this cosmic timeline, a human life is incredibly brief. If you were to compress the entire 13.8 billion year history of the universe into a single calendar year, all of recorded human history would take place in the last few seconds of December 31st. A single human life, even one that lasts 100 years, would be a fraction of a second. Our sun will continue to burn for another 5 billion years or so before it expands into a red giant. The universe will continue to expand and cool for trillions of years after that. This immense difference in timescales can feel alienating. It highlights the fleeting nature of our existence in a way that nothing else can. This knowledge is relatively new. For most of human history, we believed we were at the center of everything. The stars were thought to be small lights, fixed to a celestial sphere placed there for our benefit. Science has shown us a different reality. We are not at the center. We are on a small planet, orbiting a typical star in the suburbs of a common galaxy.
Passes all of the last 13.8 billion years since the Big Bang into a single calendar Earth year. Every month is a little more than 1 billion years. Every day, a little less than 40 million. A single hour is almost 2 million years. That first day of the cosmic year began with the Big Bang, almost 14 billion years ago. Nothing really happened in our neck of the universe until about 3 billion years later, March 15th, when our Milky Way galaxy began to form. 6 billion years after that, our star, the Sun, was born. It was August 31st on the cosmic calendar. Jupiter and the other planets, including our own, would soon follow. The atmosphere on Earth was a toxic environment for our kind of life. Then, September 21st on the cosmic calendar. Tiny creatures that could shrug off the methane and eat carbon dioxide and sunlight for breakfast found a way to make a living in the ocean. By gobbling up the carbon dioxide and giving off oxygen, they turned the sky blue. And then, the oxygenation of the atmosphere created the ozone layer. For the first time, life was free to leave the oceans for the land. Now, life could grow larger and venture forth into new territories. Sometime on December 26th, about 200 million years ago, the first mammals evolved. They brought a new feature to life on Earth, the neocortex. And then, late on New Year's Eve, a mutation occurred in the DNA of just one of our ancestors. One base pair of a single gene programmed the neocortex to grow larger still. Maybe it was a random zap from a cosmic ray, or a simple error in transmission from one cell to another. Whatever it was, it led to a change in our species that would ultimately affect every other species of life on Earth. By the last second of the cosmic year, there was no place on Earth that we had left untouched. All of it comes down to nothing more than a single rung on our tiny DNA ladder to the stars.
Faced with the sheer scale of the cosmos, people tend to follow one of two main philosophical paths. The first path is one of despair. If the universe is so vast and ancient and our lives are so small and short, then nothing truly matters. This viewpoint is often associated with nihilism. Life is without objective meaning, purpose, intrinsic value. Our struggles, our triumphs, and our entire civilization can seem like a meaningless blip. The other path, however, leads to a completely different destination. This is the path of liberation. This perspective takes the same set of facts, the vastness of space, the brevity of life. So how do we navigate these feelings and choose the path of freedom over despair? The first step is to actively cultivate a sense of wonder. Wonder is a quiet, powerful emotion. It is the feeling of awe you get when you contemplate something larger than yourself. When you think about the billions of galaxies, do not let the numbers crush you. Instead, let them inspire you. Breathe deeply. Allow yourself to be amazed that you, a product of stardust, can comprehend this scale. This sense of awe can be profoundly calming. It quiets the ego and the noisy anxieties of daily life. It puts our personal problems into a gentle, manageable perspective. This wonder naturally leads to humility. The image of the pale blue dot is perhaps the greatest lesson in humility ever captured. It reminds us we are all in this together on a very small and fragile world. This humility can be deeply soothing. It lets us see ourselves as part of a much larger, interconnected story. While the universe is vast, our lives are lived on a human scale. This is where we must build our meaning. The cosmos may be indifferent, but the people around us are not. The second crucial step to finding comfort is to build and nurture close connections. Our lives gain texture, depth, and significance through our relationships with others. Love for a partner, friendship, the bonds of family, a sense of community, caring for another person, offering help to a neighbor, sharing a moment of joy with a friend. These acts are local, immediate, and profoundly real. These connections give us a tangible purpose. But the question, how can I help this person in front of me, is concrete and actionable. It gives our days a clear direction. Making a meal for a sick friend, listening patiently to a child's story, volunteering in your community. These actions may not change the trajectory of a galaxy, but they can fundamentally change the course of another person's day or even their life. And that is a powerful and sufficient purpose. A third helpful action is to choose simple, achievable purposes for yourself. Plant a small garden, learn to play a new song on an instrument, read one chapter of a book each night, master a new recipe. These small acts of creation and learning build momentum. They provide a sense of progress and competence. Over time, these simple purposes accumulate, weaving together to form the rich tapestry of your life story, a story that you are actively writing day by day. Finally, tell your story, keep a simple journal, write a letter to a loved one, share a memory with a friend. When faced with the vast unknown, fear is a common reaction. But there is an antidote to fear, curiosity. Instead of being intimidated by what you do not know, get curious about it. Science is not a force that robs the universe of mystery. It is a tool that allows us to appreciate its workings more deeply. Learning more about the cosmos can transform fear into fascination. You do not need a degree in astrophysics. Just take one small step. Learn the name of a single bright star you can see from your window. Watch a short online video explaining why planets are round. Read about the incredible journey of the Voyager probes. Curiosity is an engine for joy. It opens the mind and encourages a posture of learning rather than certainty. It keeps us engaged with the world and its endless wonders. Visit a local science museum. Pick up a popular science book written for a general audience. Follow scientists or science communicators on social media who share amazing facts and images. From the formation of a snowflake to the life cycle of a star. In the end, our cosmic insignificance is not a verdict, it is an invitation to be humble in the face of the immense universe, but also to be bold in our choices here on Earth. It is a call to recognize that while we may be small, we are not powerless. We have the power to create meaning, to foster connection, to act with compassion. We do not need the universe to bestow a grand purpose upon us. We have the remarkable freedom to forge our own right here on our pale blue dot. The fact that life is precious and rare in the cosmos we know should not lead to despair, but to a fierce appreciation for the gift of consciousness. You do not need to do something monumental to live a life that matters. Your importance is not measured on a cosmic scale. It is measured in the quality of your attention, the warmth of your relationships, the integrity of your actions. You matter to the people you love. You matter to the community you are a part of. You matter because you are a unique node in the vast network of life on this planet with the ability to think, to feel, to create, to care. This is an extraordinary privilege. In a universe that is mostly cold, dark, and empty, we exist in a pocket of warmth and light, capable of bringing more warmth and light into the world. So, here's a final simple action to take. Pick one small good thing you can do today. Water a plant, call a friend, spend 5 minutes learning something new. These small, deliberate acts are the building blocks of a meaningful life. Over time, your life becomes a bright and intricate pattern against the vast, dark tapestry of the cosmos. Thank you for watching.